There's a Bible verse that talks about never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing when it comes to being generous and, making sure that you're sowing into others and stuff like that. And every time I've been to man's night, for the most part, there would be an opportunity for the men to give, and there would be a need that would come up. There would be a story that is shared. And when I remember one time they were raising the benevolence money, and this woman, her house was burning down. And it's cool because I'll share this story because you're not going to, but I'll share it for you. And it makes it okay when I share it. The woman's house was like burned down and we were raising money for her and whatnot. And then all of a sudden it was like, we're trying to raise 500 total. And all of a sudden you raise your hand and you do this little circle thing and you do this little, and then Tommy goes, well, you got 100 on it? No, I got 500 on it. And you went, boom, you went straight to the need instead of going, I'll go 100, I'll go 100, I'll go 100. And that just showed like how big your heart is.
Can I give a shout out to Monty Kane too? Because the minute I did the circle,
he was right next to you too.
Monty Kane said, go on, double it up.
Yep, he doubled it up. Yep. And that was so cool. And that it really inspired me as like a business owner myself, because I recently started, in the last couple of years, I started my own writing business, and just motivated me to see your success and also see your generosity through your success. And you've done that on more than one occasion. That was just the time that I really saw it. And I was like, man, that was kind of gangster, So I really appreciated that about you. So how does your generosity kind of transpired from your success? Like, what put that on your heart to do that? Because you came from making $9 an hour at Kohl's or at State Farm to, making what you're making now and opening up different branches and all that stuff.
I can tell you this. I've always loved giving. Even when I was a kid, I liked getting presents, but I also liked putting the thought into buying somebody the right present. I've always had a giver's heart. Just never had anything to give. And I don't great, you told the story, but I know the one that's watching. If I'm going to give something to somebody, I don't necessarily need anybody other than the person that I'm going to give it to know about it. It is cool to get a story told and know that impacting somebody's life. Exactly. But in the end, I just hate seeing people struggle.
Yeah.
Cause I've been there. I mean, I ain't saying I've struggled more than a lot of people, but I've had some serious struggles in my life. And if I can, I'm not fixing anybody's problems. I didn't fix anybody's problems. Me and Monty Kane we didn't fix her problems that night, but we made it just a little less stressful for her, and that's all we were trying to do. If it's a little less stressful for her, maybe she can lean on God a little more. Maybe she says, whoa, God came through and got me that X amount of money from the generosity of those men at Calvary. That's all we're trying to do. Just show people that, God's real. He's going to use the people that he can to help who he can. And I love giving.
Yeah,
it's fun.
That's beautiful.
It's real fun.
Yeah.
Joe gave to me. So if I can go back to that story real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
COVID hit. We're rolling. And Joe calls me one day and he goes, hey, you're good, right? Yeah, I'm good. He taught me all stuff. Go back to his wife, come to find out, was the CEO of Pure One Imports at the time. She's now part owner of the vitamin shop. So money is not an issue, right? If I'd have known that, I would have said I need $250,000 a year. So he comes to me, he goes, hey, let's meet. I want to meet. You don't need me anymore. So he comes in, and I'm thinking, man, I'm fixing to get hammered having to buy this guy's shares.
Share of the company.
So he comes in and he goes, hey, here's the deal. I got this amount of money invested in the company, and it was what he had invested. He said, I think over the 7 years I've been a part of it, I should make this amount of money. And let me tell you something. It was just pocket change. And I'm waiting for the string that's attached. And it's a healthy sum of money, but it's a small fraction of what he should have been paid if he was anybody else that owned that much of my company. So I'm thinking, all right, now I got to come up with about a lot of money, well into the six figures. How am I going to do that? And he goes, hey, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finance that for you for 10 years, no interest. I said, no.
It's better than JP
Are
Morgan.
You serious? And I'm crying. I mean, I'm literally like, it's one thing when you own a company with somebody. You still have a partner. It's still not yours. People are still like, oh, yeah, that's Corey's company, but it's also Joe's company. Well, I now have the opportunity to own everything 100%. And that's just God again. He could easily put a venture capitalist in my life that was a shark.
100%.
That was going to give me the money, let me build the company up, and then he was going to bend me over when it's time for me to buy it back. Or that shark's going to go shop his percentage out, and I'm going to have somebody I don't even know owning a percentage. So it just goes back to God knew who to put in my life, and it was a divine intervention when Mr. Joe came in my life. And now we're still phenomenal friends.
Oh, that's good.
Got houses all over the country that we get to go stay in, and it's fun. And again, not only that, he's a mentor, so he's not an owner in my business anymore. But anytime I'm investing in another company or I have a problem or anything, he's the first guy I call. You know, I lost my dad. Didn't lose him. He's still here. But for all intents and purposes, he is no guidance. I can't go to him for any advice. So Joe, when my dad got messed up, Joe became father figure, business mentor, the whole shebang. And it's amazing how God said, hey, buddy, here's Joe, and here's Tommy, and here's Sam. Here's these two beautiful kids. He just kept giving me. I showed him a little bit, give me something else. Show him a little bit, give me something else. Show him a little bit, give me something else. So it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a blessing of how many things have transpired in your life after those struggle years. And
those make you, though.
Yeah.
Hey, if I didn't have those years, it would be a different life right now. I firmly believe that because I know what it is like. I never am going to lose it again. Pray to God.
If this is your first time here, I would greatly appreciate you to subscribe to the show. We're really trying to grow the YouTube. Whether you found us on Apple, Spotify, you can subscribe on there as well. And if you would like to support the ministry in any way, you can go to ilikebirdsministry.com and you can support us there financially, or you can even buy our first book, my first book, 21 Days in Africa, where it's about my mission trip to Africa. My man Corey bought one when he came out to Man's Night, and it was greatly appreciated.